Life of an artist is not always easy. Debbie worked on this for about 2 weeks and we finally gave up on it, or she gave up on it, and we're starting over with a new armature. This one made out of copper wire so she can adjust it as she goes. I'm going to start welding the hoops together. I'm going to attempt to take my time. I've already got them rebent to fit the curve. They didn't come out perfect, they never do. But this is the black line that I marked from the steel hoop that we're using as a model. Now, it may not be round, it may be egg-shaped, but that's what I'm gonna go with. So I'm getting these things straight, and then I need to bend them. See, like this one's bent a little bit. They bend real easy with the big crescent wrench. I'm gonna try to get a couple of tacks on them where I can pick them up and brace them up so I can do a nice downhill weld. I'm using 160 amps on the TIG machine. We'll see how it goes. Okay, it's welded up enough to move around. Now I'm going to roll it around and get every weld, good downhill weld, fill it completely, and then I'm going to figure out how to turn the ring over and do the same on the other side. Make sure we got good strong welds. Super happy with blending in my welds. The piece welded good, mainly because I could move it around and weld it all downhill. But this is a weld, and this is where the vent was cut off, and I put the flap wheel on it and smoothed it out so it doesn't match the texture at all. So what I did to get the texture right was I got this little tool with a carbide bit on it, and it's brand new, it's real sharp, and it cuts fast. Seems like once you use them on steel they never work as good as if you just use them on bronze. And I just made little divots in some random shapes, some of them this way, some of them this way. Tried to get it real random, and that's the first step. And then I took my needle scaler and went over that, and that gives you this texture. It's a lot better, closer. Then I went over it with the wire wheel on the grinder, this soft wire wheel, and there's a weld right in here, and it is like invisible. So super happy. I'm gonna do this all the way around on the inside. The outside has a little bit of a different texture. We'll address that in a second. So we've got the texture on the inside on the wells and the other spots, and it looks amazingly well. Now we need to do the same for the exterior, but it's a different texture. Well, I guess it's the same texture, it's just not as dramatic. So I'll start on that in a second and see how that works. Ready to weld. I got the ring set up. I welded or tacked these two steel pieces to the table. and put braces on them. They are 90 degrees to the table, and the ring is tight to them, and it is sitting in the base. And I've dropped plumb bobs to the outside and measured to the base, and got it the same on both sides. Took me a couple of tries, and we're ready to turn up the heat and weld this baby. The ring is welded and it's standing up pretty nice and straight. Needs a little bit of work around the weld where I just flappered it off. I flappered a little too much off. I'm gonna have to add some more. But before I welded the ring onto the base, I went ahead and drilled the holes for the mounting studs. Didn't have a tap at that time, but at least I was able to get the holes drilled with the drill press, so they should be nice and plumb. So work on the ropes. From far they look great. From close they're a little rough. They got a lot of little BBs. I'm gonna try to knock the little BBs off with my little pencil grinder. And so the clay sculpture is almost complete. Next video up, we will be working with the molds and pouring waxes and building ceramic shell molds. So stay tuned.